Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile, I'm the honest trader. You can find at the website www.vipstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the @vipstalker nickname. Good evening. Today is August the 3rd, 2014. It's Sunday and it's 11:45 time in Toronto. In this video I'm going to review for you the first four markets I review every weekend for my newsletter subscribers. I want to thank you again for subscribing the newsletter, to all new subscribers as well as to my followers. I thank you very much for your kind words on the social networks. I hope my work is actually helping you. I know is helping a few of you, and I'm very happy about that. So let's dive into this review here. And for those who are watching this video for the first time, if you want to receive this video, just go to the website www.vipstalker.com and subscribe for free. Only takes a few seconds. So those who follow me know that in this market I've been looking at an area of short, and that area was 136.70 with a stop above 137.08 or 9. And that level was never breached, the stop was never touched, and price went into the first target. Now there is a level here that I've indicated a few weeks if not months back here, 133.80, and that's an area where historically and usually, according to the rules that I use to model program trading, we see participation on the opposite side of the larger time frame trend. And we know that the larger time frame trend is now down, and the euro has the potential to retrace into that 130 and 20 all the way there. Now this area of support 133.80, which seems to pop up here from the middle of nowhere, it's an area where program trading usually is active, and this participation on the upside here has the potential to bring price right into a much higher level, and I'll show you the level in a moment. Now what I want to show you is that price has reacted to this first level of resistance here, which we traced from previous lows, and as you could see here, we got some participation on the downside. It is my idea that price is going to break above this 134.51, and if that happens, then the next level that I'm going to watch is going to be the daily extension short here, which is this 134.97. There's a good probability that both these two levels, these two red lines, will be broken on the upside, and actually the market will put up a multi-week retracement higher here, and everybody will start thinking that the bear in the euro has ended, and that's not the case. Now if one of these two area of resistance here, the first starting at 134.34 and the other starting at 134.70, you hold price down, we will see lower prices, and these lower prices will be into the previous area that we are targeting, is this 132, 133 level, and that would be the second target of this larger setup here. So what happens though if 134.97 speaks on the upside? Well, there is a very good probability, very high probability to see this market retracing all the way into let me remove this previous measurement, all the way into 137.80, 136.80 again, which is a very good opportunity. And again, don't be swayed by the fact that people will say that this market is now back into longs. It's not, and I can show you the same behavior, similar behavior happened in the past year after we saw the market in May and to September 2011. The market started moving lower and then eventually retraced, and when it retraced, people believed that the bear market was ended. The bear market is not ended in the euro, and you might enjoy a multi-week move higher here into 136.80. I exited my short position as well, be waiting to see what happens. If the market continues lower, no problems for me. I'll be able to catch up this market later on in a continuation lower. So I'm not worried about this, and you should not be worried either, because if you used the entry that I gave you in the past at the beginning of July here, you would have had a reward to risk 4 if you actually time this entry using the 15 or the 5 of the 1 minute time frame. You would have a fantastic, an incredible, terrific reward to risk here from 10 to 20, and that's the kind of trades I like to take. So no worries about the euro. Moving to the S&P 500, everyone is speaking about this scary move here, but you will remember that I mentioned this 1908 actually now a few times since I saw this new high here, and this is an extension long, so there is a possibility for this market to just continue higher from this level. So in order to understand what is going to happen, then we have to study the sequence of measure move lower, and the sequence can be seen also on the daily time frame, but for a better understanding, I'm going to show you this on the 4-hour chart. As you can see here, we had the retracement into the 1971, and then price was brought down into the first target 1949, another 50 here, and then 1939 here, and price continued moving lower until on Friday we saw this market retesting the next area of resistance 1933. So this 1939, 25, 50 level here, it's key. So if you're going to see price above this level, then that's an indication that program trading is still supporting this price higher. And when we look at in a higher time frame, I'm going to give you a level now that you have to keep in mind. That's a level that we're going to use to test any retracement of this market. It's a very strong market, it's moving in extensions. There are no reasons to believe that this market is going to actually start moving lower here, at least until we see price piercing this 1785. And if you want to be more defensive, you can use another extension long here, which is much lower, and that would be 1673. I don't think this is relevant. If the market gets there, we're going to get a much larger retracement. So as you can see here, this is just a blip if you put things in perspective, so no need to get scared there. And keep in mind the daily picture here. This price is reacting to the next area where naturally would you see program trading stepping in 1909. Moving to the dollar index, you will remember that I mentioned this target 81.67, and I mentioned this target now. If we look at this, I mentioned it when I saw this move higher and price got into this area of support starting at 80.10 and never pierced again the 79.85. It did it once and it didn't do it the next time. And the reason why I was pretty confident about that, it's because of the price action on the euro dollar. So of course, I did not know this, and you will remember that I've also indicated that, there was participation on the short side here, as we saw clearly at the 80.50. The point is, the dollar index is really the inverted picture of the euro dollar. So if something is wrong in the euro dollar, that will show up on the dollar index and vice versa, of course. So when we had this 80.10 here, also the first target 81.60, 81.70 was actually very neat and clear. And see, so this is a proof. If you still need a proof, the program trading is there, and program trading is going to take profits. And some people will say, yes, these are previous highs. That's correct, but these were previous highs as well. And you know, we saw a little bit of participation here, but the reality is that the actual major first target was much higher at this 81.70. So, and that's the reason we're going to see a retracement here. So where we can get that retracement? We can get the retracement into the all the way halfway back, and this would bring price into 80.83. But if and as I anticipate we get a larger retracement in the euro, there is a possibility for this market to correct all the way into the halfway back, and some people will start thinking and saying that now the dollar is in a bear again, but that's not the case. The dollar is not in a bear, as well as the euro is not. The euro dollar is not in a bull just yet. We don't know what is going to happen, but at the moment, for the dollar index, I foresee a retracement at least into 80, 90, and maybe even lower 80, 35, 80, 40. Moving to the last market that I in this first video, that's the gold mini future, and you will remember that now more than 2 weeks ago I've indicated this 1320 level, and I said that this level had a target right aligned to that 1280, and let's see where the low was actually 1280. Just a little bit after above that. So this market actually has found a support at this 1292, 1293 for 1 and 2 times, but after finding support the first time, we saw participation of the shorts here. So to me, this market is still controlled by shorts on the daily time frame. Clearly, on the larger time frame is moving laterally, so it's actually very difficult to trade. So there is no need to trade this market. And now that we have the first target hit by this measure move, we trace the next measure move, and this will tell us where there is the next potential resistance. Next potential resistance is very, very close here, and we could actually see price move into this 1303 just to retrace and move into the first target 1270, and you can see again that this first target lines up with this trend line. Now I don't use trend line, I don't believe in trend line. Trend lines are made to be broken. I use program trading footprints that give me quite a more important and relevant indication of what the market is doing, and it also provides me the a tool to do price discovery on price, actually, on the market. So which will tell me whether what's the most probable direction of the market. So what I'm looking for now for this market is a test of 1303, and then potentially a continuation lower into that 1270. This is it for this first video again on the euro dollar. This is quite interesting. What we are probably going to see, it's a 2-3 weeks retracement higher into 137.80, and then a continuation lower. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your kind words on the social media, and I hope my work is useful for your trading. Keep in mind these levels, they're very important. That's where program trading steps in, and there are hundreds of millions behind this algorithm, so be very, very, very careful. Thank you very much. Have a great trading week and a great evening. Bye bye now.